everyone, hello, Roberto here for another video review. It's another special one in the Tony's range. It's the Tony's Chocolonely Little Bits. Well, it doesn't tell you what they are down there, it tells you what they are up here. Milk, caramel, sea salt and biscuit mix, it says. Alright, there we go, yeah. Alright, so basically, well, make chocolate fairer bit by bit, it says. So it looks like we've got milk chocolate surrounding a caramel centre or a biscuit centre. So it sounds up my street, basically. I do like sort of milk chocolate with biscuit centres, or biscuits in the middle, or biscuit pieces in. This one's obviously got caramel as well to mix it up a bit, so it looks quite interesting, yeah. And there are two others in the range. I've just reviewed the triple chocolate mix. It's a bit open here. So, but there is also, what's this one? Marshmallow and biscuits. Also, it's got the same biscuit ones from this one, but with marshmallow in as well, or at least marshmallow flavour maybe, I'm not sure. We'll find that out, I guess. But yeah, very interesting. Thanks so much for RM and Shuri for recommending these ones to me. Very much appreciated. Yeah, so not usually a fan of Tony's chocolate. I don't dislike it, but it never really excites me as much as the flavours should do. At least from the, when reading the package and things. But I'm a bit more excited about these ones generally. I think they just sound quite interesting. I feel like they're a bit more distinctive than the regular chocolate bars are. So let's have a look. So it's got the usual stuff here. Crazy about chocolates, serious about people. When we say Tony's, you say caramel sea salt. Heck yeah. There we go, all right. Our best-selling bar in a moist little bit. Chunky caramel covered in a chunky layer of our 100% traceable, dreamy, creamy milk choco sprinkled with sea salt. A bit hard to read this one. Can it get any better? It sure can, it says. With our buttery biscuits bite in there too. Nom. Okay. Grab a handful and get gobbling. Our mission is 100% slave-free. Not just our chocolate, but all chocolate. Worldwide. That's where you come in. Alright, so it's up to us apparently. The more people who choose slave-free chocolate, the sooner it'll become the norm. Together we can make chocolate fairer, bit by bit. Are you in? So I think I said that in the last video I did. It's a bit unfair to say that really. I mean, you make it, people buy chocolate that's nice and cheap. So if you get that combination right, people will buy the chocolate and it, it's up to you to make it slave-free or whatever. It's not really for us to, if you want to have the righteous sort of look at it, make this cheap, make it nice, people will buy it. And ultimately, that's just the way of it really. But if it's not that, people probably won't buy it. Only the people who have the money to make the choice will make that choice. Yes, so mix of caramel sea salt bites and biscuits bites covered in milk chocolate. Okay, 79% milk chocolate, 11% caramel, and 9% biscuit it says. So it's more caramel than biscuit. And 0.28% sea salt it says. Okay, cocoa size 32% minimum, milk size 21% minimum. Alright, and then calories, 522 calories, 29 grams of fat, 17 of which are saturated. So per 100 grams, and I think the bag is 100 grams if I notice 100 grams down there. And per serving, 30 grams, so just under a third of the bar, 157 calories I think that says. 8.7 grams of fat, 5.2 of which are saturates. There we go, approximately 3 servings, yeah. Fair trade, stuff like that. Getting sticky with it. Caramel and biscuit. Okay. Tony's Chocolonely address, stuff like this. Okay. Yeah, let's say this one again, like the other one, got a false top. This is never going to have anything in it because it's where you open it and it's crimped together. False sides as well, these are crimped together. You're never going to be able to fit anything in there. Bit of a false bottom sort of as well. You can see it bulges up on the sides. So basically, this is going to contain not much at all compared to what the actual size of the bag is. So, yeah, which is a bit poor. And again, you could argue, if the company's so self-righteous and things, why are they making it so big? Which means it takes up more space, which means it uses more fuel to transport it. For less, it's just less efficient. Worth mentioning that, to be honest with you, because really this should be a lot smaller. It should be at least that big. Then you could make it even smaller than that. Okay, well, let's move myself down and give this an open so it's like on the inside. So let's do it. Right, okay, we're going to give these Tony's Chocolonely Little Bits, what's it, milk chocolate, sea salt and biscuit mix an open. Yeah, so let's do it. The time ago I've done about 1,050 reviews, something like that, if not slightly more. So if you like this video, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you've not done so already. Also add to the link to place more reviews for some related ones, such as other Tony's Chocolonely ones and things like this, and anything else can be covered that's quite similar. So if you want to like and subscribe, go check those out. If you enjoyed us too. There's one left in there, can't get it out. There we go. Right, so there are a couple of little small ones here, like little balls getting Muller yogurts going on. So what's going on there? Let's count how many there are. And of course, it does weigh 100 grams the bag, so and they are a bit rolly, these ones. The triple chocolate mix ones weren't quite as rolly as these. These are going everywhere. Making my job a bit harder to count them. Yes. Okay, alright, well, if we count these small ones as whole ones, to be honest with you, don't think we probably should. Okay, so what have we got? So, 5 there. Yeah, so 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. Maybe you could say that's just up to 50, so about 49 and a half, maybe something like that. So not too bad. Yeah, not too bad. Yeah. Alright, so you can't tell which one's which, unfortunately, from the outside. But they are different sizes and things, so you could probably infer that one of them, is a biscuit sensor, one of them is a caramel sensor, but just which at the moment I'm not sure. So some of them are quite big. This is a bit of a chunky one. 1.4, 1.7 width. And we've got this one here. The caramel ones are probably the small. Well, I don't know. 1.4 the diameter, I think, in height. About 1.2. I think he did say that there was more. Was it more biscuit than caramel in there? There we go. 9% biscuit, 11% caramel. There we go. Alright, so it does imply that maybe the caramel ones are the bigger ones. Let's give a bit of a chop then and see. This is a bigger one, so that's a biscuit one. Alright, so all the way around maybe. Usually the caramel ones are the smaller ones in these like Revel type fairs. That's a small one there. There's a biscuit one as well. So we're chopping them and they're all biscuits so far. Okay, I think that's caramel. It's like a crunchy caramel. It's not a runny caramel, it's a crunchy one. Right, so you can see the difference there. Right, so it's got little slabs of caramel in there basically. You can see there's sort of more, there seems to be more of a biscuit sensor there, at least on this one. The chocolate is a bit thicker on the caramel one. But I guess the biscuit does have air pockets in things, so difficult to say. Caramel smells alright, it's nothing too dramatic. I think it's mainly the chocolate I'm smelling really, rather than the caramel, but it smells okay. How does it taste? That's the important part, isn't it? So let's lift myself up, give them a taste. Okay, everyone, going to give these Tony's Chocolonely little bits. Yes, caramel, sea salt, and biscuit mix a taste. Yes. So yeah, basically a bit like a mini Revels bag. Some of them have got sort of chewy caramel in, some of them have got biscuit in, crunchy biscuits. It is chewy caramel from what I can tell. I opened it before. Everyone open. It's just like a slab of chewy caramel there. You can see it's not runny in any way. Quite strong. So quite tough. It can be hard to sort of taste them individually, I guess, without knowing what they are. So I'm going to try one I've chopped in half. Let's try a caramel one first. Let's see. So put like both halves together. Let's give it a go. Let's do it. A nice crunchy caramel. Actually, it's quite brittle. Very nice. Too much chocolate though. I can tell you that straight away. Some of you might think I was a nice thick chocolate layer. Although it's quite a strong caramel actually, having said all that. It is, there's a bit of a salty taste to it as well at the aftertaste. It wasn't there at first. I feel like there's too much chocolate on it. Even though it's quite a strong caramel taste actually, having said that. But I did feel a bit too much chocolate. Let's try a biscuit one. Bit of a half. If I have really, where's the other half gone? No, it is, okay. So 2 halves to the biscuit one, let's give that a go. Not bad. A bit better proportion that one, I think. But still probably should be a bit less chocolate. I don't know. Just feel like the crunchy sensor, there's a bit too much chocolate. I don't know. Normally that's not a bad thing, but in this case I feel like there's just too much chocolate. I say it's quite difficult to know what you're going to get here. Let's try and sort of see if I can. Oh, who knows what these are? Let's see. I think I fluked biscuit and a caramel now, which is good. Not bad. I just feel like there's too much chocolate. I don't know. The chocolate's quite creamy. It's quite distinct. It's quite, dominant. And the caramel's quite a strong caramel flavour. The saltiness is not massively prevalent, I must say, but sometimes you do get a bit of a kick of it if your tongue touches it in just the right way. But it's just too much chocolate. The chocolate has quite it's quite creamy. It's not strong, but it overpowers anything really because it's so creamy and distinct. Unfortunately, the caramel is quite strong flavour and is quite distinct and would definitely overpower things if there was too much of it. But it's just too little. I feel like it just needs to be a bit more prevalent. Because it's kind of done in little chunks as well. I don't know. It's kind of It feels like it's been, you know, put in. You can see here, you know, the way it's not one solid piece. It's like little pieces all put together, put in the centre. You can see how thick the chocolate is there as well, and it falls out like that, you know. So yeah, you see what I mean. So it's just because these little nuggets. It just the caramel just has like air pockets in. There's not as much in there as you'd think in the centre, and the chocolate's quite thick as well. So it's nice, but definitely just not proportioned very well for me. So in these ones, I quite like the biscuit centre, and I quite like the caramel, as I say. Biscuit's more just of a crunch. It'd be nice, I think, for me, if you just combine the two. If you just had reasonably thin chocolate layer on the outside, biscuit with one of those or two of those caramel nuggets in the middle. Maybe if you just did that. You know, because I feel like the biscuit ones are not too bad. Well, basically they're meant to be in multiple, you know, have more than one at once, basically. But the problem is when you don't have that, the biscuit one is quite bland, and it doesn't really, you don't get much of an experience. You need the sort of the caramel to give you that sort of extra taste, that extra, you know, oomph, you know, the extra something a bit more special. You know, so I feel like they should have just combined them into one little chocolate, you know, and have a thin layer of chocolate on it, because the chocolate is quite, you know, quite creamy, quite over, you know, quite, you can discern it quite easily. And I feel like if you just had you know, the biscuit and the sort of inner, sort of underneath the chocolate, then with a couple of those nuggets of caramel in the middle, I think that would have worked pretty well, actually. It would have been proportioned well enough, and it just would have worked, to say, if the chocolate was quite thin. Unfortunately, not done that. So again, it's not bad. It's, you know, the average chocolate's 3 out of 5. It's better than that, but again, it just lacks a bit of an X factor. It's not proportioned well. It's just, you know, it needs to be designed better, really, for it to work better. It's a good idea, but again, just executed not great, really, for me. So it's better than 3 out of 5, but it's definitely not really more than a 3.5 out of 5. So yeah, but still nice. Just ultimately a bit disappointing. Right, guys, let me know what you think of these ones. Yes, let me know what you think, and which are your favourites of the Tony's Little Bits range. I think there's only 3 of them as far as I know, so let me know what you think. And thanks again, RM and Shori, for recommending these ones. Massively appreciated. Let me know what you think of these ones, which are your favourites. I think I might mention that in the last review, but let me know. And yeah, everyone have a great day, and thanks again for your support, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now. See ya.